Hello everyone. In this video of meditation essentials, today we are going to talk about postures. So last time you can remember we were talking about 4 things: same place, same time, same posture and same method. Those are key factors to achieve or reach the goals in meditation. If it's peace, happiness, stability, anything, these can be achieved through meditation. So today we are going to talk about the third one, because in the previous video we explained most of it, the first 2. So posture plays a key role in meditation. We'll tell you why and how to practice also. But please know, meditation is not totally all about sitting. When you say postures, it's about the 4 postures. But we'll be more specific on sitting, because it's a great way of practice. But just know, if you have some difficulty in sitting and you cannot sit like some people who have practiced for a long time, that really doesn't matter. And in the initial stages, you can definitely use a lot of cushions or pillows, supports, all these kind of things. So let us get to the topic of postures. So especially in meditation, understand there are 4 main postures. One is walking, then standing, sitting, and even you can practice meditation while lying down. So walking, there are many ways of practicing, and even in day-to-day life also you can add a meditation. This we'll talk in another time, because there are so many things to know about it also. But for now, a person can be mindfulness of the walking they are doing, or just have a mental noting of left and right. So standing posture is another good way if somebody is having difficulty while sitting, or it's good to change posture and use standing as a way of practice. The same things that we practice while sitting, you can implement those while standing. But if you feel a bit not sure or uncomfortable, you can stand close to a wall with your hands placing along your sides of the body, or you can keep them in front. And the idea is to meditate. So some people, when they're sleepy or when they feel numb or something difficulty when sitting for a long time also, they change the postures. Or you can, some people, they feel more comfortable in this posture, because it is said it's not just this life. If somebody believes in past lives and all, just know we have been practicing in those lives also. So they could have their preferences. These are well explained in ancient teachings. But to keep it simple, and then there is we'll go to the sitting posture for now. We'll take the basics, and then there's the lying down posture. So if you want to go to sleep also, you can do this. And if you are practicing as a meditation, there is a way, maybe you have seen in statues and all. The practitioner they face the right hand side of the body, and then place one arm under the head and place the other arm on their thigh and they face towards one side. So this is a proper way of lying down practice. But you can relax and be in a comfortable stage. But if you really want to meditate while lying down without falling asleep, it's better to stay in one of the proper postures. So let us go to the sitting posture. So in a way, because the lying down is also very comfortable, but you can easily fall asleep. So in a way, sitting is quite useful if you really want to practice meditation. But like I said, meditation is not only sitting. So if you have any difficulty, you can just sit on a chair or a bench. Use any amount of cushions or pillows or anything to make you comfortable. And if you need some back support, like use anything, even a wall or some back support. And then online they have so many things to help people sit properly. And another thing is like don't place your head against anything. You can keep your spine straight with the support, but if you place your head or lean against something, what happens if you lean your head against something, you can easily fall asleep. So there is a reason why I also thought, like, why do they say like keep your spine straight, no? And in many traditions they say this because the energies, maybe you have heard of Kundalini, the chakras, and not only that, just to be very practical, one can understand when the spine is straight because it's made out of bones, right? And then the other parts are muscle. So when it's crooked and not in the proper posture, what happens is like pain arises because this is bone against muscle, no? Or tissues. And the other thing, the spinal cord, we have the central nervous system. That's also, and if you know about spirituality and the energies and all, you can see the chakras, the Kundalini and all these things have a very prominence along the spine. And you can see if the spine is straight and if you place it on a cushion, what happens is the upper weight of the body falls directly on the spine. But if you don't sit properly, and if you are in a crooked position, the upper weight body also falls upon the lower body more, and especially the areas like the thighs and the knees, and it becomes very uncomfortable. So usually, if you can keep the spine straight with some support at the back also, that is quite fine. And if you can place your hips above your knees, the height of your knees, then it's very easy to place the knees on the surface level. So we'll talk about asanas and these sitting postures, but remember, if you have some injury or some difficulty, you can easily sit on a chair. But please don't use it as an excuse, because these asanas or proper ways of sitting has a huge advantage. There's a beautiful example I would like to share with you. We all know the snake they call the cobra. So it is said like when the cobra is stretched out, it's very weak. Any bird or any other animal can come and pick on it, no? Because it's stretched out and its maximum strength is not there. So when the cobra is coiled up, it can face, it's not about winning or losing, it can face any danger from any side. So this is regarding as an example of this animal or the cobra. And for a human being, it is said when they are in an asana, that brings the physical as well as the mental energy to its maximum. So these asanas, people who practice yoga and the placing of the hands, and they know of these things. And you also, anybody can study this and know, and different medical traditions also they know these, so they call it acupuncture points or nadis, and or specific places. So what happens is, in day-to-day life, our energy just disperses, no? Because our head is in one direction, the arms are moving here and there, legs are moving, and our energy is spent. But when you're seated in one posture, what happens is the energy is conceived and it's used to build up the mind. And it's like a circuit that is complete. Not only that, the acupuncture points and all are also stimulated. And not only that, there's a lot of energy and even blood circulation and all these things given to the upper part of the body, where there's a lot of vital organs. So that's why sometimes we feel kind of little numb also, the lower body part, no? Especially the knees or the legs. And at any point you can change your posture, or if there's some tension or something, you can change the posture, and you don't have to directly stay like that. But there are some times you have to have a lot of determination, because your mind starts playing games with you. So usually the teachers say, like, the first 20 minutes, if somebody is sitting like for 1 hour, the first 20 minutes is, if you have some kind of pain and all, it's because you sit because of the sitting posture. But if you didn't have pain for like 20 minutes and then later on you get some pain, it is because your mind, or we call it the defilements, are playing games. So let us know that also. And there are some basic sitting methods. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on a bench, or you can sit on the floor. Or in the initial stages, please use a lot of cushions, because first part seems the most difficult, but later when the concentration builds, you can definitely sit for long times without any discomfort, because your mind is totally focused. And not only that, the stimulations and everything happens very well. Even the defilements are lesser and lesser. So you can just sit for hours on, and even on directly on the floor, or even on a rock. That doesn't matter. And about the eyes, some people prefer with closed eyes. Some people prefer to sit with half open eyes. Then some people with open eyes. So there are some meditations you can do with open eyes. And some people tend to sit in front of a window, or some even in front of a wall with open eyes. If it's usually half open, you try to look like 1 foot or 1.5 feet in front of you with a lowered glance, like we are looking down upon the floor. So actually, in many cases, like closed eyes, then it's easier to practice. And then regarding the hands, there are things called mudras, but you can place your hands and palms either on your lap or on your knees, or there are specific mudras in different ways for different reasons. That's the topic itself. So, but just be comfortable. Just leave your hands. So some people keep them on their knees, thighs, or even their lap. One palm on the other, or palms facing down, palms facing up. And some people just do it in a very relaxed manner, just leaving their hands. And dropping that weight and just relaxing. So let's talk about some basic postures for anybody, though it's a child, a lady or a gentleman or an elderly person or anybody can sit and practice. And doing some yoga exercises for the legs and even the pelvis areas, the hips and all these things really helps. The ankles you can do, there are some exercises you can do, and that really helps the meditation. And some relaxations of the body helps the sitting. Likewise, so let's get into the postures. One, we can say it is the cross-legged posture. The only thing with that is you just sit. Sometimes your back arches and the lower body is pushed down and the knees are up and it's quite unbalanced. So for that you can bring back the legs like which are crossed, bring it further more back and putting down your knees, and if you can elevate from the back, that will be much more better. But if you are directly sitting also, if you bring it back, the legs that are the area that is touching acts like a lock, so that makes it more stable. Then there's another one which is called Vajrasana. Many in Asian countries, a lot of ladies use this. This is a yoga posture, very good for many things. So this is a good way of sitting, but anybody can do this, and you can even use a bench to sit. And not only that, first you can keep some cushions underneath your ankles as well as above the ankles, and you can sit upon that, which is not painful. Don't worry. And later on you won't need them because it tends to be much comfortable. There's another posture. It is called the Sukhasana. That means very comfortable posture. In Burma or Myanmar, they use this a lot. So it's actually very comfortable. You can sit for a very long time like this. And later on, you don't need any kinds of cushions even because you are very level with the ground, and it's quite comfortable. So in any posture, if you do a slight adjustment, maybe in the thigh muscles or the calf muscles, or just move a little bit without doing big changes, sometimes you feel very comfortable, much comfortable. And then next one will be, we call it the half lotus. You see this in statues. So this is a bit more tense than the cross-legged posture or the Sukhasana, the comfortable posture. But later on, it is easy to do. And then this seems more powerful. And the best of all is said to be the full lotus posture. So these are the postures, and this was kind of briefing about the postures. So we can start in a very simple and easy posture, and you can practice this while you're doing other things also, maybe working on your laptop, reading a book, watching some television, or doing some other thing, and doing some exercises and all. That also really helps. And then if you practice this and continuously practice, and first of all you can use a lot of cushions, and then later on, once a month or once a week, you can slowly remove one by one. And then later you don't need so many. You can just sit even on the surface. But first, be very comfortable, and if you feel any kind of lot of discomfort and all, please slowly change the posture. But sometimes just know our mind plays games with us, so just check on that also. And please know, even myself, I had an injury and I couldn't sit, but before I could. But later on, I just recovered by sitting again. Now I can sit back again, maybe not 100% like before, but it's quite close. And you can go even to the full lotus posture also, like that. And this is a great way of meditation, and all the energies, physical and mental, they are combined here to help us practice very well. So any questions about these, anything, any inquiries, please be free to discuss. Put them in the comments and we can discuss about these things. And let us meet again in another video to help us all practice meditation. So may this be a help for anybody, and wish you the very best in meditation. And just know, like, a meditation is one of the most practical, and actually more than the theoretical or just talking about it, it's one of the easiest ways of reaching happiness, peace, understanding, wisdom, all these even answers, no, or solutions can be achieved through proper and continuously done meditation. So wish you all the very best.